Hello, brothers and sisters. It's a new week, and we're happy to bring you a new show, Speak of Africa. Before we begin, we'd like to thank all our subscribers. We thank you for subscribing. We thank all our viewers. We encourage you to continue viewing this show and sharing it with your friends and family. That's the only way we can get to the numbers we're looking for. We have a whole lot of news that is breaking out in Africa this week. And our job always is to help you put this news in perspective. As always, we're going to take you straight to the new state of Ambazonia. You guys have been listening to us talk about Ambazonia almost every week. There's a whole lot that is happening today. In fact, on October 1st, 2021, the people of Ambazonia celebrated the restoration of their independence again. And as usual, this was met with very massive invasion from La Republique du Cameroun. You're going to see a video from La Republique du Cameroun showing how a whole lot of soldiers and tanks have been massed into the area. Most of them are looking for Field Marshal No Piri, just one guy who is striking fear in the hearts of the B Bulu of Paul Biya. Why are they so afraid? Because Field Marshal No Piri has taught them a bitter lesson. The other day, you guys sent us a video of Moja, a clown used by the rogues of Paul Biya to intimidate the family of Field Marshal No Piri. His wife, apparently, he says his girlfriend was in Boya, and Moja, who is a tool of La Republique, went and started embarrassing the family of Field Marshal No Piri and the child of No Piri. So this is not a way in which people live in a civilized society. If La Republique doesn't condone such behavior, then it tells the world that they are just a disreputable kind of government. How can you let stuff like this happen in a civilized society? So we really condone it, and we don't like it. And we think if we continue using such low-brow tactics, it's going to create even more problems. Already, why can La Republique not stop the independence movement? Well, they cannot stop it. It's like a train. The train is moving to Boya. The bus is moving to Boya. Everybody is heading to Boya. That's the direction of Ambazonians. They are all moving to Boya.
We have decided to go to Boya. We have decided to go to Boya. No turning back, no turning back.
Friday, the 1st of October 2021. As we have this year, we need no day to water because the population of our country.
The FCC could go. Let's see Kogo. Let's see Kogo.
Go down.
So when we look at the celebrations, there are just so many videos, so many pictures of the celebrations. My friends, you're just going to enjoy this show because we have too many videos. We have even children are part of the game. The children are using a toy AK-47 made out of wood to show that they are living in a time of war. This is wartime, and this war has really affected children also. But on October 1st, the anniversary of the independence of the state of Ambazonia, you see these young people celebrating also. By celebrating, what La Republique needs to know is that if young people like this are celebrating this independence, it means that the idea of freedom has already been ingrained in the psyche of these children. And what does this tell you? It tells you that even if the Ambazonians do not get their independence today, it is just independence delayed, not denied. Because it is ingrained in the minds of these young people already that they have to fight for their freedom. And of course, the French have just taught them a bitter lesson. In French, there's a saying, La vie est un combat. Life is a fight. So this is how the French look at life. This is their perspective on life. They have to fight for everything. They were fighting with Americans for resources in the case of Australia, okay? And the French have always been fighting. So the story Ambazonians need to learn now is they have to fight for their independence, and they are fighting. So we support these people because they are really fighting for their freedom, and we think the pictures on Independence Day can really show their pride. All of them, everybody is just thinking about moving to Buea, heading to Buea, marching to Buea. The bus has left the station, is taking them to Buea. The express is on the way to Buea. The train is on the way to Buea. So everybody is heading to Buea. So you see so many pictures, not only children, you see women also. Women are participating in this march. And one of the things that we can predict today, we always tell you new developments in Ambazonia before they happen. Do we have a crystal ball? No. We are just professors of history. We understand the way events shape themselves on the world stage. We can see the way they will happen far in advance before they happen. What we can predict already is women are going to become more militant. So far, La Republique B guys have been targeting males to kill. They kill them because they are thinking that the males are a threat. But very soon, women and children are going to emerge as significant threats. And that's a prediction we're going to make on this show today. So you see the women are marching, but soon they are not just going to take it lying down. You're going to see what women do in Israel. The women of Ambazonia are going to get into this fight, and they're going to take it to the next level. Some of them are already engaged, but the engagement would be on a much more high level. See, people are going to be shocked, like the Ambazonian females are going to be taking a big role in this war. That's a prediction that we're making today. So just keep watching. Then, of course, the guys, the restoration forces, who really deserve this victory. You see, in war, you have to prove yourself. When this fight started, it's been over 5 years ago, okay? The guys just started using machete. First, they started with peace plans. They were protesting with peace plans, and Mr. Biya sent his thugs after them. They were killing them. Then after that, they started using cutlasses, machetes, and Dane guns. That was not enough. The Biya government continued slaughtering these people. It reminds me of Hitler in Second World Germany, okay? Killing people innocently. A genocide was going on. So it's the same thing that is going on today. And already, from what we see, it looks like most of the fractal governments in Ambazonia are already building a case which they want to send to the ICC, the International Criminal Court. Of course, you know that the ICC is against crimes of war, okay? But it looks like La Republique has violated all the tenets of the Roman Statute, okay? War is supposed to be waged in a way in accordance with the Roman Statute. But La Republique soldiers do not even obey this. So that's why I don't even call them soldiers. I call them thugs. I call them a militia, because they are not really observing the rules of warfare as governed by the Rome Statute, okay? Because they don't really treat their opponents well. They kill them in cold blood. Even if they surrender, they don't care. So they are not really paying attention to these rules. So we know definitely Mr. Biya is held now with kid gloves by the international community, but we know very soon things will come to ahead, and he will be forced to go to the ICC to answer for his crimes, because these crimes are really heinous. Most people really know the bad things that are happening to people in this part of the world. We've decided not to be showing you a lot of the pictures. But if you watch us on WhatsApp, we have a whole lot of videos and pictures which you can see how gory these images are. Some of them you can't even see because they make you sick. You watch these images, you can't even eat. Then you ask yourself, what kind of human beings are these who kill their own people in cold blood, yet they say they want to live with them? How can you live with a guy who is like a killer? Then you are just a fool to live with a killer. So that's the sad part we find in this part of the world. And we're encouraging you to continue, because you see what these guys are doing to people. But of course, the common tenets that we want to bring to you as we watch all of this celebration is, where were the BR militia and thugs when these people were celebrating? What this tells you is the BR militia has lost control over this territory. They don't control this territory anymore. What they do is the army masses in one area, then they go after a target. We've said this before. Some of the videos that we're sharing with you today, you'll see the massive invasion of the northwest region by Republique's thugs. You see them everywhere. But when I see them with those big tanks, why would you be bringing tanks to such a war environment? This is not a traditional warfare. This is a guerrilla warfare. How are big tanks going to help you? When I look at those big tanks, I just laugh, because those big tanks are just like moving coffins. Okay? They are moving coffins. But at least moving coffins, sometimes at least they go to the grave. But these moving coffins will be blown apart into pieces, and you will not even be able to recognize any parts. So I feel sorry for the soldiers who are coming to Ambazonia to fight for this senseless war, which makes no sense. Okay? So it's really sad when you look at it, and we're really angry, because when we look at what is happening, we just feel sick for our people. But then, of course, the logic that they are presenting to us, you see their Prime Minister, Dion Gute, parading in the northwest and southwest with fake messages, Betty Asomo coming up with a militarization strategy. Then you ask yourself, what do these people really want? So the messages are incoherent. Okay? Do you want peace or do you want war? So, but we think they really just want to focus on militarization. It is a shame that militarization has failed, because for over 5 years, these La Republique thugs have not been able to conquer the Ambazonian guys.
You can see the general himself. He has left him. You can see the general himself going directly to excite with his people here in Big Bawanki at our own grandstand. You can see the man himself, KK Virus, taking his own direction to jubilate with his own people. This is KK Virus, the general. With his own people, you can see how his people are very happy receiving him as a young, talented general in Ambazonian land. This is the young, talented general in Ambazonian land.
And this year is the year of the Ambazonia Restoration Forces, because they have upped their game. Now they've learned how to seize weapons from their enemy. Then they use those same weapons against them. When you look at a lot of the pictures on social media, and of course, you look at the October 1st independence celebration for Ambazonia, most of those restoration forces are in military fatigues. Where did they get these fatigues from, you may ask? Well, if you don't know, they seized these fatigues from a Battalion d'Intervention Rapide of Mr. Paul Biya. That's where they got all these uniforms from. They kill the guys, go to the vehicles, take all the uniforms, all the weapons that are there, and they disappear into the bushes. So it's really sad. This is what they do. They take everything, then the guys are just stunned. Some of the soldiers were saying that, yes, we can really fight these Ambazonian guys. Maybe our big guys don't really want us to fight. Come on, that's a lie. You guys cannot fight these guys. The guys are above you. They are better than you. They have learned the art of war, and they are beating you at the game. So if you don't want to accept your calamity, accept it now, and keep quiet. The Ambazonia Restoration Forces have beaten you. They've beaten you hands down. So you need to just accept this fact. The pictures are everywhere. Then, of course, most of you have been sending us a whole lot of requests and videos asking us, where is ADF fighting? So that's a major issue that I keep getting as I prepared for this show of today. You guys want to know where the Ambazonia Defense Forces are fighting. They parade on social media, but you ask them, where are you fighting? A big number. The guys are asking, where are you fighting? So we want to ask big number and Ayabacho, who is their leader, to answer, because the people are asking, where is ADF fighting? We see where Field Marshal Nopiri is fighting, and we can watch the proof. Now the people are taking the Ayabacho ADF to task. Show where you are fighting. Don't just show videos of people in uniform. Show us where the ADF is fighting the enemy, not fellow Ambazonian restoration fighters. So this is a question that has come to us so many times as we're really working on the show of today. You want to know where the ADF is fighting. Then, of course, most of you expressed a lot of displeasure with the association between the ADF and IPOB of Nigeria. That's the indigenous people of Biafra movement of Nnamdi Kanu. So you feel like by associating with this individual, Ayabacho is really creating problems for your government. We got this. We don't take sides. What we do on this show is we bring what you're saying in public so that everybody can share their ideas. So it's up to you to think about it and tell us what you think. We don't have any opinion on this, so we'll let you think about it. Do you think what Ayabacho did is good or bad? It's up to you to think and express yourself on our channel. This is a free channel. We created this channel to give you a voice, so speak. You guys raise the issues, so we use our platform to publish these issues which you are raising. You want to know, where is ADF fighting? Are they fighting La Republique or they are fighting fellow Ambazonians? So you want to know that. Second, you have your displeasure with the association between the ADF and IPOB of Nnamdi Kanu. So what do you guys think? Tell us what you think and we'll share it. And we're inviting you guys for a debate, which is why we're telling you eventually we want to turn this show to have an online live version so that you can come online and talk about the issues in the flesh. Okay? That's what we are looking forward to. And very soon we're going to have a live show. So we're inviting the people of the ADF and the people of other camps. In fact, we even did a poll to ask who controls Ambazonia. I think over 50% of you said Sisiku Ayoktabe controls Ambazonia. That's where you give your support, over 50%. Then around 30% was supporting Sako Ikomi. Then less than 20% were supporting Ayabacho. So that's really like the breakup when we look at the numbers. That's how they show us. They show us where the loyalties are presently. So it looks like Sisiku Ayoktabe still has the minds and hearts of the people, and the three governments are still working independently without working with others. So this is a travesty we don't really like, but it looks like that's a reality for the Ambazonian liberation war. You have the Sisiku faction, you have the Sako Ikome faction, then you have the Ayabacho faction. So the three factions continue working themselves out, but we don't like when we see that they are fighting each other, because when you fight each other, you are not really helping the revolution. You are helping your enemy. So we advise most of these people, control yourself. Instead of pointing the gun at fellow restoration fighters, you need to point the gun at the enemy, because that's a mistake you are making. So we don't like seeing people fighting other restoration fighters. That's wrong. You are not helping your cause by doing that. So we're telling you, change course. So people want to see you fighting the enemy. So all the other groups, you see so many groups, General RK, we saw him, then all the other generals, Bali. So you have so many videos. They are really showing you that the action is broad and wide. This time, Field Marshal of Lebialem did not send anything. So we didn't see anything from the Field Marshal of Lebialem. I'm sure he just wanted other people to take the spotlight, which is why we respect the Field Marshal of Lebialem. He likes to enjoy the stage, but he gives space for other generals and field marshals to enjoy the limelight. So we love somebody who is like this. He doesn't monopolize the limelight. So Field Marshal of the BLM, we salute you on this anniversary. We know you've been working hard for your people. So we want you to watch all of these videos, then keep sending us information. We've raised a lot of issues dealing with Ambazonia, but we want you to take your stand. One of the key issues which we're going to highlight is the concept of one and indivisible Cameroon. That's a message a lot of Francophones continue telling me, one and indivisible Cameroon. But that's an intellectual fallacy, because I've studied Cameroon, then I also have professors who have studied Cameroon who have really told me Cameroon is one and indivisible. That's an intellectual fallacy. Cameroon is not one and indivisible. Maybe if you want to talk about indivisibility, then you have to talk about Ambazonia, because for Cameroon, Cameroon is made up of fragments. In fact, we're going to introduce you to Professor Willard Johnson, who studied the Cameroon Federation. He wrote a book, and I'm going to share the book with you on this show, the Cameroon Federation, Political Integration in a Fragmented Society. He recognized the fact that Cameroon was constituted of fragments, which means pieces. So how can you talk about one and indivisibility? These are all fragments into one unit by Amadou Babatura Ahijo. So this was by coercion. So these fragments were not united because of the will of the people. They were united because of force, brute force. Ahijo used brute force, helped by the French, to put these fragments together. But from the very beginning, you could already see fissures in this integration because the parts could not really hold. And there were too many fragments, they could not really hold. So what was holding them was brute force. Even the Anglophones, you could see that from the very beginning of the Union, the illegality of the Union was apparent, and they were not happy with what was happening, and they have been protesting. There were simmering grievances. They started coming to a surface with time. Ahijo tried to crush them. Biya tried to do the same thing to crush them, but all of that was not enough, and the people continued vibrating for freedom. Okay? So we want you to look at this book, Political Integration in a Fragmented Society. Of course, Professor Willard Johnson had also written his PhD dissertation on this same topic, Cameroon. So he knows a lot. When you read all his works, the dissertation and the book he published later, you see that he has done extensive research on Cameroon and Africa, and he's an authority on this subject. The book costs a lot. Go to Amazon.com, you'll see the book, Willard R. Johnson, Political Integration in a Fragmented Society. Get the book, and we encourage you to read it, then come to the debate. We'll be ready to debate the issues. Next, we leave Cameroon and Ambazonia, and we'll move to Burkina Faso.
Hey, yo, Shape, I thought you was gonna take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shape. When I say his services are the best in the states where it's born, he even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
In Burkina Faso, there's a story that recurs, just like a refrain. The murder of Thomas Sankara. This story never goes away. People have tried to push it out, but the story keeps coming back. So more details are coming out concerning who killed Thomas Sankara. They point all the fingers at somebody that you know. I don't want to call his name, but you know him. He's been deposed. Okay? Blaise Compaoré, that's the guy who killed Thomas Sankara. So the news today focuses on that story in Burkina Faso. Then, of course, Chad. We've talked about Chad a whole lot on this show. there's trouble in Chad. The junta, headed by the Mahatma Idris Deby, the son of the former president, is sending his troops to kill innocent protesters, and a lot of them were wounded and injured. Some died, so you can really see this. It's a big story. Then, of course, we'll take you again to Mali. Mali, too, has the issue with the Wagner group from Russia. That's creating a whole lot of problems. Okay, the people are already looking at the consequences, the ramifications of bringing Russian mercenaries to this part of the world. What's going to happen? Then, of course, you also have Guinea. Okay? Mamadi Doumbouya has finally made himself the president of the country. Even though the country is in transition from military rule to democracy, but people are really asking a lot of questions. And we know as time passes on, you'll be asking even more questions. Then, of course, we want to take you now to Nigeria, because this is where we want to end the show. The many issues, Nigeria too has just celebrated its independence, but interestingly, IPOB decided not to celebrate the independence of Nigeria. Rather, they celebrated the independence of Ambazonia. That's what their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, asked them to do. This was a joyful celebration, but just like Shoyinka talks about in A Dance of the Forest, while you celebrate this independence, there are a lot of issues that need to be addressed. One, the Pope had really raised the issue of the killings of people in Nigeria. He has raised this question with Mr. Buhari. Why are you not doing anything about the killing of people in the north and the south? Why are you not doing something about it, Mr. Buhari? This is a question you guys have been asking, and we've been relating the question on this show, but it looks like Mr. Buhari has not been paying attention. This time, the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church is raising the same question you guys have been raising. So we think this time Mr. Buhari will listen. If he doesn't listen, then we know he's just an Islamic bigot, okay? But of course, it looks like Mr. Buhari is looking for enemies elsewhere instead of focusing on Boko Haram. A lot of his northern brothers, those they call bandits, why is it that Mr. Buhari is not calling them terrorists? That's a question a lot of you are asking me, and I'm asking Mr. Buhari the questions that the people are asking. Mr. Buhari, how come you are not calling these northern bandits terrorists? Those are the questions a lot of my viewers want to know. So why don't you call these northern bandits terrorists? So they're asking you to call them terrorists. Then, of course, this economic situation in the country is not that good, and the people are really suffering. So in addition to insecurity, the economic situation is bad. The Naira has really fallen a lot, and it's really affecting a lot of people. We even had a farmer talking about palm oil. Nigeria is a country that should emphasize agriculture, but they don't. They just emphasize oil. So now Nigeria even has to import palm oil from other countries. Isn't that a shame? So those are some of the issues that we think we've raised on this show for this week. And we want you to watch this show and share them with your friends. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Is your EMR EHR COVID-19 ready? If not, you do not know what you are missing. Why do you suffer in silence? Be smart. Turn to Alexia HTC today. Alexia HTC is the leader in virtual solution and communication technology in these times of pandemic crisis. When the unexpected happens, who are you going to call? Alexia HTC. Come and see how Alexia HTC Cloud Communications are enabling your fellow healthcare providers to consult with patients virtually and making big money. Alexia HTC also enables your employees to work remotely during the COVID-19 crisis. Are your employees safe? Do not jeopardize the health and safety of your patients and practice. What can Alexia HTC do for you? Alexia HTC is the new Colossus, the sister of physicians, who gives you back liberty, that is, the freedom to practice medicine your way. Vivacious virtual visits wherever you please. Amazing e-prescribing. Quick access to patient information. Easy access to medical records from other providers. Rapid drug allergy checks. Integrated lab tests and results. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled doctors yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your greedy corporations. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed physicians, to me. I give them the refuge. The happy home of Alexia HTC. Act now. Browse alexiahtc.com or call 240-350-1131.
Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created alexiahtc.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. alexiahtc.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive alexiahtc.com. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at alexiahtc.com. Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.